REED-BBS. BBS. Black Burke Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.
REED-BBS. BBS. Saturday, December 6th, from the Frost Bank Arena, home of the San Antonio Spurs and Victor Wembanyama. PBC pay-per-view on Amazon Prime presents a quadruple, 1, 2, 3, 4, quadruple header of boxing. In the main event, Isak Pitbull Cruz throws hands with Lamont Roach for the WBC interim super lightweight title. In the co-main event, we have a middleweight unification fight between Lara, who's the WBA middleweight champion, and Janibek, who's the WBO and IBF champion. Real interesting middleweight unification fight in the co-main event. In the co-main event, yes, the co, we got O'Shaquie Foster defending his WBC super featherweight title against two-time, two-division titleist, Cool Boy STEPH, Stephen Fulton Jr., former champion at super bantamweight and reigning featherweight champion, both of the WBC. He's challenging O'Shaquie Foster in the Coco. And rounding out the quadruple header is Jesus Mano Ramos versus Shane Mosley Jr. And I'll begin with that particular fight. Just when I was thinking Mano Ramos was an elite super welterweight, he gets beat by Erickson Lubin, who's just a gatekeeper. Elite welterweights, they beat Erickson Lubin, just like Virgil Ortiz is going to beat him on November 8th. That's just what it is with Erickson Lubin. Nonetheless, Mano Ramos lost a close fight, but he lost to Erickson Lubin. Mano is talented and undoubtedly still a player, though. The thing is, I'm not sure if he's even still super welterweight, because this will be his second consecutive bout above the 154-pound limit. Shane Mosley Jr. will have not fought in 15, 16, 17 months or whatever by the time he steps in the ring with Mano Ramos. And that was at 68. That was at 168 pounds super middleweight. He's moving down to meet Mano Ramos, who, again, has competed actively at 54. So that makes this interesting, the whole weight and size aspect of it all. Because of the size, the fact Mosley Jr. hasn't been stopped previously, I don't see Mano Ramos stopping him. But Mano should win the fight, and fairly decisively, I think. Maybe 8-4-ish type of decision, 7-5, best case scenario. I think he's just a more talented fighter than Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. Nutri-Sweet Shane Mosley Jr. Cool Boy STEPH, Stephen Fulton Jr. He's pulling a George and Wheezy. He's moving on up from 126 to 130 to challenge O'Shaquie Foster for the WBC Super Welterweight Championship. Now at the presser, I couldn't tell if it was Cool Boy STEPH or Cool Boy Stuffed, because my man Steven put the full in Fulton. Scooter, as they call him, he hadn't missed no motherfucking meals. Let's just put it that way. He put the full in Fulton, and I'm calling him Cool Boy Stuffed instead of Cool Boy STEPH. Usually, when lazy-ass boxing fans see two brothers, see two black fighters, two black American fighters specifically in the ring, everyone assumes it's gonna be a boring, tactical chess match. Well, I look at Cool Boy STEPH, low KO ratio, versus O'Shaquie Foster, low KO ratio. They know that each other possesses a low KO ratio. So to me, that means they're both going to be a little more aggressive than they typically are, which I think makes for more of a high contact, more of a fan-friendly bout than most of you lazy-ass boxing fans are expecting. That's what's going to happen in this fight. It's going to be way more fan-friendly than any of you anticipate. That's an official prediction. I don't know quite now who's going to win. We'll have a breakdown of that in the prediction video, but this will be a better fight than all of y'all are thinking it'll be. Mark my words. When this brother can't punch and that brother can't punch, neither brother is going to be hesitant or leery about letting them hands fly. I just can't see them both being passive and overly defensive. That's not going to happen in this fight. Janibek and Lara have orbited around one another for a hot minute now. And it's only now that Terrence Bud Crawford moved on up virtually 3 weight classes and became super middleweight undisputed champion. It's only then are Janibek and Lara now making the effort to unify against each other. But hey, better late than never. Janibek has 2 of the 4 belts at middleweight. He'll combine that. Him and Lara will combine 3 because Lara's got the WBA. So unification is ruling the nation. I'm just kind of like, why did it take the little guy moving up 3 weight classes for you 2 motherfuckers to finally unify your own division? You should have wanted to unify your shit anyway, with or without the little guy. That's all I'm saying. That said, Janibek versus Lara is a very intriguing, very interesting style contrast that I will have to dissect further before lacing you up with a prediction. I have to get back to you on that one. It's that type of fight. It really is. Just as we could call Lara versus Janibek the co-main event, just as we could refer to that as the Bud Bowl, the Terrence Bud Crawford Bowl, we can refer to the main event, definitely, featuring PITBULL Cruz and LAMONT Roach. We can refer to that for sure as the Gervonta Tank Davis Bowl. The Tank Bowl. PITBULL versus Roach. Roach versus PITBULL. Both men were basically put on the map by virtue of performances against Gervonta Tank Davis. PITBULL lost a close decision to Tank, which Tank never rematched. Should have rematched, didn't rematch. And then LAMONT Roach basically beat Gervonta Tank Davis and had to settle for a draw. But as we know in boxing, whenever the money man, whenever the A-side guy, whenever the house fighter gets a draw, it's because the motherfucker really lost. It's because he really lost. Now, LAMONT Roach, he's been George and Wheezying like a motherfucker. He's been moving on up like a motherfucker. He moved on up from 130 to meet Tank at 35. And now he just got to 35. Roach is moving on up yet again. George and Wheezy moving on up to 140 to meet PITBULL Cruz for the interim WBC super lightweight title. PITBULL versus Roach is a classic meshing of styles that I can't wait to watch unfold and play out. And rest assured, with that rabid pro-Mexican San Antonio crowd, it'll be very easy to tell how that fight is going. If the crowd is loud, raucous, and appreciative after every round, clapping loudly, then you know PITBULL is winning. On the other hand, if it's so quiet in San Antonio, in that building, that you could hear a church mouse pissing on cotton, if it's that quiet, well, goddamn it, you know it's because LAMONT Roach is putting in that work. Either way, again, can't wait to watch it unfold. All told, we have 4 compelling fights. We don't quite know the outcomes of any of the 4. They're all good to watch, and they're all on the same fucking card. So yeah, man, the only downside is, you know, with PBC, they're gonna charge fucking $75, $85, $89, $99. They're gonna overprice the pay-per-view because that's just what PBC does. That said, we will lace you up with a prediction video of this card as fight week approaches. REED-BBS, BBS. Blackbird Sugar, Bachelor's in Boxing Studies. Television! Fred Sanford of the Fistic Arts. When all is said and done, there's nothing left to say or do.